Hi everybody, it's Daniel Cohn with Deeply Rooted Coaching. I hope you guys are doing awesome today. I was going to come at you guys today with something I'm going to start doing every Monday, Manifestation Mondays. Just a quick video tip or something to get your manifestation going, getting the things that you want in your life faster. So today, first part of the series, excited to do it. I'm going to be going off some notes over here, but typically I stray from my notes pretty fast. So yeah, let's jump right into it. What I want to talk about today is something that's a super useful tool, very powerful and effective, and really tends to add time to my day and add productivity. And I call it the structured restorative morning routine. And really all that is kind of just my fancy way of saying, something that is planned out, is restorative, so not too hard on me. It's nice and easy to start out in the morning, and brings kind of balance to different areas of my body. Morning, it's in the morning, and routine. So I'll just jump right into it. I'd say that a lot of people are worried about time and not having enough time to set things out right or to have a morning routine, and I'd say that this really adds time to my day. Several of my coaches recommend this. Several of my coaches do this. And I also know and follow other people who do the same thing in their own way. I have a specific structure, but really just having some sort of a morning routine with touching on a few certain core elements, and your days are going to be a lot more productive and you're going to see progress a lot faster. So I'd say that a lot of us wake up with the expectations instead of structure. So what I mean by that is just we expect that it's going to be another day, same old thing. We're just waiting for the end of the week till we get our paycheck, or the end of the next week. And it's kind of like, why would I change things up when I'm just getting by right now? But that's kind of why I'm coming at you guys, is because I know a lot of us are not where we want to be, and presently things feel like they're too far to change now, so what's the use? And it just takes incremental change. I know on my videos I'm always working on a program, but I am putting something together called Incremental Life, and it's just, it'll be coming up soon, but just to mention it, everything we do is incremental. When we're a baby, we go from our head being loose to incrementally being able to hold it up a little more, and then doing it ourselves. Same with walking. We roll around on our stomach, then we try to crawl, then we crawl, then we try and stand up, and we fall many times until we actually do it. It's all incremental. So same with change, same with quitting smoking, losing weight, getting grounded, working on your finances and financial freedom. It's all begins with structure and incremental changes. So I like to say in this work a lot, small hinges swing big doors. So it's all about those little things that you do and do and do until you don't have to think about it. That opens the doors for more things and bigger things to make changes in your life. So let's jump right into this. I would say that by beginning our morning with focus and structure right away, no matter what the process is, we're going to set ourselves up for more success and more of being where we want to be and not having it be something in the distance. So, yeah, the first element of this is, for me, and this is my personal structure that I go by, I'm actually tomorrow going to be releasing a template or a blueprint for your own structured morning, to get your guys' juices flowing, and I'm going to be able to, you'll be able to opt in your email and I'll send it straight to you. And what it is just the kind of different core elements and then different options for each, so you can put in what sounds good to you or add something I don't have there. It's really just to get that going and give you an idea. So my personal structure, restorative structured morning, goes a little bit like this. So I start out with gratitude. Plain and simple, gratitude's been shown to be one of the most powerful things in changing our circumstances, and just being grateful. Grateful for all this that we have, grateful for the food we have to eat, Whether you have a lot of money or no money, you very possibly have a roof over your head. You very possibly and probably have at least $1 in your pocket or to your name. And that's more than a lot of people in the world. The mass population of the world itself, if you have food and a roof, you're in the top 1%. And if you have money this week or are making money, well, geez, you're doing pretty good. And a lot of times it's easy to get away from that, because here in America and here where we're high performance, if we don't have lots of shit in our hands and lots of shit in our accomplishment jar, then we're a failure. We're not doing enough. We don't have anything. Stuff isn't how we want it. And that's just, it's easy to do because most people think that way. A lot of people do. The TV and news and other things want us to feel like we can't do a lot and that everyone else is doing stuff. And social media is the same thing, So gratitude really starts, and I want to touch on too that really, for me, this structured restorative morning routine touches on the 3 core elements that you really need to be integrated together for things to just flow, synchronicities to happen, things to come to you, things to keep snapping into place. So you got to have the mind or the mental, you got to have the physical and the body kind of on the same page. And then really for me, spiritual is a big aspect. This doesn't necessarily mean any one religion. It really just means spiritual. Something greater than me is out there, and when I'm grateful to it, it hears me. And it enables amazing things to happen, and the things that do happen in this world that are good, it works towards or for. So that's all spiritual is. It can be a specific religion. I, for one, am not that way. I believe that people are good, people are needing to be healed, and the same with the world. And there's something greater out there that's wanting us to do that and enact that. That will meet us halfway. Or really, we take a step forward, the universe takes 2 with us. So gratitude is one exercise I really do tell my clients to do. Just a little gratitude journal in the evenings, 2 or 3 things you're grateful for, or in the mornings, by preference, that's me, and in your routine, even better. So it really starts your mind and your day in the abundance mindset, on focusing on what you do have and what you're grateful for, and not the things you don't have or are wanting. So really you're putting that energy out there that I'm grateful for this and these things, and putting it out there brings more of it to you, simply put. So that focuses on the mind and the mental, setting that out right for the day. And I typically recommend, some people it's hard to shift into giving themselves time for stuff. So I would say 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minimum, 10 very effective for this. Now the second part of this is meditation. And some people who are watching this or see this might think, all right, meditation, that's pretty woo-woo. I don't really want to get down on a towel and or I don't want to sit on my roof and it's not like that at all. Meditation can be anything that, there is a definition, but for me and for the sake of this, and I am a meditation instructor, so I'm not trying to slander or change the perception of meditation, but it's just going inside yourself. What are we all doing every day? For the most part, we're trying to get away from this, the right here, right now, this second, and our responsibilities for being where we are. We start the day off with coffee to get our mind going and focused on work. We get to work, we work our asses off. We get home, we're worried about the next day's work or the things we didn't accomplish today. And then there's those of us, and this is not me anymore. About 10 years ago, this would have been more along my lines. You go through the day doing whatever you can not to focus on the now. Maybe you grab some substances to use, drink, smoke, whatever it is. And that blocks out the real present, the real pain we're experiencing that we'd rather deal with tomorrow. And we say that every single day. So meditation really just brings you inside yourself for a short moment to restore different areas of your body and bring it kind of into a more clear state. And you go to bed thinking about so many things. You wake up, same shit's on your mind. It's best to kind of clear the slate, right? You know, when you have 20 windows open or 20 tabs on your internet or 10 windows open on your phone or programs, and you go and you just clear it out. Kind of the same thing. You don't want to be running this and this and this and this and this in your brain and wake up and be like, oh, I'm so behind. You know, you want to start out, clear it out a little bit, clear the shit, vent that shit, and then it sets you up. And this again touches on the mental, the mindset, giving yourself a chance to just, like I tell my boys, sorry, we got an alarm on here. Like I tell my boys, just take some deep breaths, clear it out. And that's essentially what it is. There are those of you who are deep into meditation. There are those of you who may have never done it before. So as some recommendations, here's several things that I would say are effective. You can, well, there's definitely a few different things. So for meditation, one really easy thing is to just get a guided meditation, whether it's through an app. My wife likes to use YouTube to look things up. Some of them are pretty long on there, but you can find anything. Or online, you know, just something calm, restorative, guided meditation. And actually, this too, tomorrow, I will also, along with this template and blueprint for your own morning routine, I'll be releasing and letting you guys have access to one of my guided meditations I've recorded, so that if you want to jump into it and just do it, you can do it. It's 10 minutes, very easy, but very effective and powerful. To start your meditation practice. Even if you do the same one that I've recorded every day, you will notice changes in your health, your clarity, probably your energy, and productivity for sure. Morning meditation practice alone adds time to my day. So along with this restorative routine, then you're just building those muscles, building the muscles with repetition to hit those higher goals, to break free of what you're in and come home to yourself. You know, my goal really is to help people to love themselves, love their life, and survive that experience of loving yourself and loving what you do. So many of us are afraid to even think about loving ourselves, let alone love what we do. And most of us don't love what we do, but scared to change it. So it's a big paradox, right? So meditation, I would recommend the guided meditation, or if you want to sit in a quiet space or a nature-y space, not like a park probably, unless you have headphones because of all the kids playing and dogs barking in cars. But you can, there's something you can look up on Google too called binaural beats, B-I-N-A-U-R-A-L. beats, and those are just tones that work. There is some science to it I probably won't go into right now, but more or less it gets you in the meditative state faster, so you could put that in at the park, sit and just think on, I like to give people thought points, so think on your abundance. Wow, this is what I have in my life. Think on your nothing. You can just do the focused breathing, breath work. A lot of times I'll tell people just sit and focus on your inward breath. You can even imagine it as your favorite color, light. And when you breathe that in, imagine it going into your body and dispersing. Just a cleansing energy, just a grounding energy, prosperous, love, whatever your focus is. And then hold your breaths as you go for a short few seconds, and then release it slow and try and get all the breath out from your lower body, stomach, abdominal breathing. You want to release, and almost like you're pushing out that air. And then naturally the air will flow back in, and do that for 10 minutes. I would really recommend for this part, the meditation, that you do 10 minutes minimum. And will that be effective? Yes. Less than that? Yeah, probably, but 10's a good number, and then up from there. And there's days where I'll do 30-minute morning meditations. There's days where I've done hour meditations. It's just up for whatever serves you best. So moving on, I'm hoping you guys can hear me through all this because I'm live as hell. Live and cars and all this other stuff. But affirmations. So some people think this is a little not my thing. I've been on both sides of the fence. Affirmations really for me just solidify my energy I want to go out to the universe. And like it says, affirms what you want. So what you focus on multiplies, and what you put out there comes back. So by setting affirmations, and I really recommend to some of my clients to do these around just clarity, I am clear-minded, I am focused, because so many of us are 110 miles an hour. I am and can be, and it's something I work on every day. So being able to say, like, I am focused takes away a little bit of that edge of, okay, where do I need to be next? Where do I need to be next? I'm focused. My brain and mind knows what I need to do today to have the biggest effect, even if that's going to my job and then coming home and being positive that I have a job to get me to this other area of life where I might want to be. And again, what you put out to the universe and what you focus on multiplies, and it comes back to you. So by setting affirmations, we're not necessarily sitting there saying, all right, I'm going to write, here's my affirmation, I'm going to make $1 million this week. It's probably not going to happen. But it's just bringing your focus and awareness to where you would like to be experiencing things as opposed to how you are now. So some really simple ones, and then I'll move on to the next thing, is, abundance and love flow into my life freely. I expand, and this is from The Big Leap. I would recommend that book. Look it up. I expand in abundance, success, and love every day, and inspire others around me to do the same. And if you haven't read the book, please read it. I expand in abundance, success, and love every day, and inspire others around me to do the same. And that's really powerful in itself. If you used nothing else and said that for 10 minutes every morning, your life is going to change in ways you can't imagine or plan or see. Some things are going to be subtle, some things are going to be quite larger, but it will happen. And it's just so many of us say, yeah, well, I've done affirmations a couple times, or this or that, or it's all about consistency. It's all about, increments, small incremental change. And it's about persistence. How bad do you want a different situation from your situation now? Maybe it's comfortable, well, like most of us are comfortable where we're at and we could get by. But do you want to look back in 10, 20, 30 years and say, that was great, just getting by? Or do you want to say, I took these fucking chances, I did these things that felt weird, I got out of my comfort zone, and I kept doing that, building the muscle to where it got easier. And now I'm looking back and I've got financial freedom, I've got the time with my family and able to travel wherever. I just got back from Miami from a conference there, and I'm able to do that because I'm able to focus and believe that I can do that shit, 3 or 4 years ago, just, running a truck doing ranch labor, and now here I am able to spend time with my family, give back to members of my family, and then some. So I think that it's all accumulative, and it takes work. It's a muscle. You got to build anything that's uncomfortable. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's not supposed to be easy to change. If it was, we'd all have Lambos and Ferraris. So just touching on these affirmations one more time, just put the energy out and focus, positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. That's true. I see that everywhere. I say that. It's true. So by putting all these things together, structured, your brain is waking up, and you're basically, I had written down, this is like giving your spirit coffee. Like, this is like spirit coffee. So many of us, and I'm one. Coffee, you could tap into my veins, and I could carry a bag around all day. That's like my blood sometimes. I love it, but it's not a crutch. But yeah, so many of us can resonate with coffee, right? You get it, and then you just almost like a placebo, whether there's caffeine or not, you feel, all right, I'm ready to do stuff now. I'm focused. I know where I'm going. Or maybe you're thinking I need another cup. But anyways, by feeding your mind, body, and soul, what it needs every morning consistently, it becomes easier, it becomes your routine, and your day flows. Instead of starting out like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and this, and this, it's just try it. Just try it. So, just checking my notes over here. So, and also by setting these affirmations, you're really telling your brain and the universe what you want to be focusing on. So anything that doesn't come in alignment with that isn't as likely to be on your mind, on focus, drawn in and pulled. Because our brains are processing, quite literally, millions of stimuli at any given second. The clothing touching my skin, the reflection of myself in my phone, the sound of jackhammers. I mean, you're always constantly bringing in things inside and processing them, whether you know it or not. And by setting affirmations and setting that intention, I believe it's just a small part of the whole puzzle of manifesting and inner work, but it's powerful nonetheless, because you're really putting that out there to your mind, so that as you go subconsciously, your mind's not going to be picking up on things that go against that. It's going to be picking up on things and opportunities and drawing in things and people and energy to get you towards those, because it sees, okay, they want this, they're focused on this. So, enough said for affirmations. I would recommend 10 minutes for this also. Typically the morning routine is going to be about an hour, but if you wake up an hour earlier in the morning, and with me, early is not my deal. So when I want to get up at a certain time and change it to that, I have to start doing that over a period of a couple of weeks. Wake up a little earlier until I'm like, okay, I'm waking up an hour earlier. But you give yourself an hour in the morning for all these things, and you're going to be adding time to your day. You might even hit the end of the day and get done with all your stuff, get done with some extra stuff, and have time to spare because you're so efficient, focused, and motivated. So, yeah, I feel like I just forgot something I was going to say, but it's cool. We're live. So, next part I would add into this. So, okay, that's what I was saying, was just 10 minutes for this, but for affirmations, you can make it 5. It's still going to be powerful. We don't want to undervalue the work. So, doing it in itself holds power. A good number I like for most things is 10 minutes when it's these inner work or setting the stage for the day. So I would just recommend that. So the next element of this morning routine is stretch or movement. I say movement and stretch because I try and incorporate in yoga in the mornings when I can. On days that I can't, a walk in the park, like a mindful walk. I live out on a ranch, so out on the property, taking in the beautiful, amazing smells of the morning, taking in the sounds of animals, birds mainly, but all the animals. I mean, we got birds, squirrels, whatever it is, geese. Taking that in and that energy, and getting out and moving. Some people are like, well, walking, walking's nothing. It is. It's more than nothing. It's walking. It's movement. And if you tell yourself every time you move that you're bringing health to your body, your mind will believe that, and your body will follow suit. So, and again, all these are a bit restorative. So you're starting out not only restored from sleep, but from this, and it's just a double powered. Starts you in a high vibrational state. High vibrations. You can't accomplish. You can maybe, but you can't really accomplish really great growth and persistence and motivation in low vibrational state, in low energy. It won't sustain. So maybe you can, but it's not sustainable. So you want to start your days high vibrational, and when I coach clients, food is a core element, but I'm not, and I am a certified holistic health coach, but I don't focus on food. So we'll lay the foundation and really touch on that. But one thing I tell people is you got to start with high vibrations. You want high quality, high energy food. You start your day with, not that many people eat this for breakfast, but for the sake of the example, you start out with a Big Mac. Your day is going to be like a Big Mac. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be artificial. It's going to bring your health down. It's going to cloud your focus. You start the day out with a green smoothie with some delicious, amazing organic stuff in it and some protein powder, some whole grain toast or something. Just picture the analogy. Your day is going to take that form. High energy, colorful, uplifting, vibrant, high vibrations, sustainable. Is that what you want in your day, or do you want, I'm Big Mackin' today? Like, not to be mistaken with Mackin' like out running your Ferrari or something. No, Big Mackin' would be a negative connotation. So, and whatever it is, skipping breakfast, same thing. You don't want to start your day and start your food intake and that whole bodily process when you get hungry and realize, yeah, I should have ate breakfast, or, no, it's lunchtime, time for brunch. I used to do that too. Don't get me wrong. These are, like I said, incremental change. So, if you don't eat breakfast now, just start by eating a little fruit, something like that. But I've strayed far off the subject, so I'm going to take it back. For some recommendations on movement and stretch before I go to the last part of this, I'll just spout them out, and you feel free to message me, contact me. I have so much information on all these different aspects that it wouldn't serve you to put everything I know in the video, and I am still rambling a bit. So if there's any questions about anything, or needing ideas, or wanting help structuring, please message me. Please reach out. So, yoga in the morning, mindful walking, mindful eating, which mindful is just being present in that moment, being aware of each step you take as you take it. Mindful breathing wouldn't be stretch or movement, but you could even dance. That's a little on the borderline of restorative because we don't want too high impact for the sake of this structured morning routine. But by all means, if you want to dance, freaking dance. And yeah, like I said, a walk or something. So let's jump to the last element of this and the last piece of this puzzle. Journaling. Plain and simple journaling. This journaling activates the right and the left side of the brain by writing. So we're really touching on core elements of mind, mental, physical, and body, because we are moving, little flow going on, and spiritual. So we're touching on all these things, these core elements, doing just this exercise. And journaling can be so many things. I recommend and get good feedback from my clients on, to say a gratitude journal. And we touched on gratitude earlier. You could even, well, you don't want to do gratitude twice in the same morning routine, but you get what I'm saying. So a gratitude journal. An accomplishment journal is one of the most powerful tools I give to my clients. I say, what have you done in this past week? I want you to look back in the last month. What have you accomplished? And people say, wow. Start listing things off, then they start to trickle out, and then they say, oh, I guess I did do all this stuff. And I say, okay, I want you to put down 3 things a day that you did, whether it's got up on time or finished a giant proposal. It doesn't matter, You need to track your accomplishments to show and revive and assure yourself you're living. And you are capable of a lot. We all are, especially moms out there. You don't keep track of your accomplishments. And this is, I'm generally speaking. Typically you don't. And those of you that do, I salute you, because it's very hard to do. But take time. It's not selfish. You don't need to attach guilt. When you accomplish something, it's worth noting and being proud of yourself, especially for the moms and entrepreneurs and other people that I'm speaking to that are always doing so much. Like me, I have a list of things, and when I get something done, I say it's done, and I move on, still feeling like I have things to do. I don't say, wow, I got this done, which is why I incorporated this exercise, not really into my morning routine, but in the evenings or at the end of the week sometimes. So, yeah, journaling, I'm touching on different facets of it, but for the sake of sealing in our morning routine, I would say just journal and tie it into visualization. Journal what you're feeling, where you see yourself at the end of the week, Maybe you're in the middle of something you're working on, so where you see yourself at the end of that. And it helps to look back. So today's Monday. Friday, what do you want to be looking back on this week that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel like you've moved forward and had growth? I hope you guys can hear me. There's a little background noise. So I want you guys to just journal maybe any thoughts or things that came to you during this hour or however much time you took, and then journal just what you want to be looking back on come Friday. Or it could just be at the end of this day. What do you want to be looking back, and what do you want to have done? And even if that's getting through the day cheerful, without throwing a finger at someone cutting you off, without worrying about finances or work, then there's power in that. Just really, the journaling seals in the work you've done in the last hour or so, and it also activates left and right brain, so you're really getting up and ready. Like I said, coffee for your soul. You're setting all these elements, activating all these parts of your mind, body, and soul, so that when you go out with your focus, things are going to come to you and fall into place and just make sense. Get rid of the brain fog. Get rid of the anxiousness. Get rid of the worry. And bring in trust. It's all about trust. I don't know why I did that. Trust is number one. You got to trust yourself. You have to trust the universe and the process of life. You have to trust that if you do want to change, it's possible and it's coming. And it's around the corner. Things happen to just fall out of the universe once you start taking these steps in repetition. Trust me. Trust me. All right. So that's my kind of winded, hoping this isn't like a 40-minute video. Looks like it probably is. That is my Manifestation Monday tip for today, and I hope that you guys got some use out of it. I'll be working on much smaller videos from here on out, but for the sake of this being a kind of in-depth thing and me wanting to clarify some elements of it, the morning structured restorative routine. I said that out of order, but please just take a try. And again, tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll be releasing a little template and blueprint for this if you want to put your own morning together and try and start structuring it, and access to one of my guided meditations for stress reduction. You can't go wrong with it. No gimmicks. I just send it to you if you guys give me your email and your name, so that you can keep up with other things like this as I'll be releasing them. And please take this energy I send to you, peace, prosperity, and love, and expand and grow and share with others as you go, because nothing's impossible. Whatever you think in your mind is impossible, and your body is your number one thing. If you have kids, you need to take care of yourself to do them better. If you don't, you need to still take care of yourself to serve the world better. It's all about self-care, and it's the number one thing we don't address. Self-care, we don't address it. So take care of yourself. Consider a morning structured routine. Take my blueprint tomorrow. Keep an eye out for it if you're having trouble thinking, well, what do I do? How do I do it? How long? And just go with it. What's better than restoring mind, body, and spirit? There isn't much. It's why so many people go into religion, because they have a background or they have support system to try and restore those things. It's why so many people just do everything. So many coaches and other things like that, because there's no better feeling than growing from the inside out and then being able to share and teach that to other people. So, Daniel Cohn coming at you today with the first Manifestation Monday. Hopefully this isn't 4.5 hours. Thank you all to those of you who watch this, and keep an eye out tomorrow for those freebies to help you get along on your way. So until next time, guys, thank you so much, everyone and everything out there. This journey is impossible alone, and you can do it all, but you can't do it all alone. So reach out. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome Monday.